So you will not catch it on the way out if you can't get in fast enough on the way in, like Nezreal E. Sivir now going to come through as well. And interesting here, SK not prioritizing the strongest AD on the patch, which for most people feels like it is Sivir right now. Instead, making sure that they can get a solid matchup for Certus in the mid lane, hiding their AD pick for now, but it does leave them open to some of these more targeted bans, like the Lucian.
Like Lucian, indeed. I think they're going to have to pick support on 5 here. Makes the most sense to 4-pick jungle. They need an AD jungler. It's a bit tricky here. I think Lee Sin would, Vi would work really well into LeBlanc. Not so much into the Poppy, but anything that can lock down LeBlanc. Vi, Lee Sin are the only 2 champions in jungle that can really do that. But we'll see what AD jungler they're opt into here. The awkward thing about picking Jarvan, for example, on 4 is it's really bad into LeBlanc, really bad into Poppy, and you're hoping that they pick an immobile AD carry. But with things like Estriel up, Zeri,
okay,
you
how
can't
many
really
times,
afford that.
Mark Lamont, have you looked at me in the face and said Jarvan is terrible here? And how many times has Malrang said, screw it, I'll pick it anyway?
Plenty.
Yes.
Rakan, LeBlanc, Poppy, he don't care.
He will eventually EQ you.
You can't cancel his EQ if he EQ flashes. Aha, knock-up, bro. No damage, but still a knock-up.
And I'm curious to see how Malrang plays, because the last 2 weeks haven't been great for Malrang. Now, yesterday was a bit of redemption, but I'm curious to see if he can keep that momentum going forward.
And that's the Ezreal ban, which does signal Jarvan is going to be picked. Unless they opt in for a Zeri lane, they just want to take that away. So I'm guessing Lee Sin here would work best for Rogue. Viego would be very tricky to help lock down the rest of SK. But yeah, to me, Lee Sin just screams the most obvious here in terms of shutting down the LeBlanc, being able to win 2v2s. But it's the LPL Pantheon.
There we go, baby. When it was a bot lane, it was the Avengers.
Woo! We didn't have to tell them, but there it is.
Shout out to Quickshot. Ooh, 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 ooh. Shout out to the G2 fans from Belgium, to the entire audience for that one. Goosebumps.
Oh, indeed. Pantheon locked in. Vayne also matching that with Renata into this Ornn Pantheon. Are we going to get Ashe support as well? Sivir Ashe, incredible push power. We see Kalista Ashe in the LPL picked a bit. Haven't seen a Sivir Ashe just yet, but that sounds like a hell of a lot of poke, a hell of a lot of push, but very risky into LeBlanc. Could get instantly one-shot. Full CDR, full arrows. Is it going to get locked in? It is. So
let's go!
We got a Pantheon, we got a Shyvana, we got a Sivir Ashe bot, we got a Vayne. And it's Certus on the individual prowess with the LeBlanc. So Rogue, incredible engage. You've got the Weaver Starfall with the Pantheon, with the Talia. You've got the Ornn ult.
LPL coined it.
LPL coined it. You've got the Ashe ult. You've got the Sivir ult to gap close. So much engage. If they can find a target, they can lock it the hell down. Whereas SK, a lot of damage on the Vayne. A lot of kind of self-plays coming out of Certus. He's just going to have to play his own game, really. He's not really playing the 5v5. He's playing the 1v1 on flanks. And Gilius JNX, the front line, treats eyes on him for the ult.
And the pieces on the side of SK don't fit as perfectly when it comes to the 5v5. Comp gonna walk away, but Trimmy just gonna get cut down here on the bottom side. Oh, he thought he had the info. He thought the hawk shot gave him everything he needed, but all it led him to do was his own death.
No wards placed, and great gank there by Gilius. Very smart pathing. Red Raptors to Krugs actually got the bot gank off, but now it's Malrang's turn. Treats no flash. Malrang will instantly kill him if he can get the flash W range with the auto Q. He's thinking about it. Will Treats walk up is what's going through his head. But he'll respect it. Treats is going to back away, drop the recall, and with the wave, what looks like pretty even for now. Maybe pushing out into Rogue. We'll see what happens with it. We also saw a lot of trading in mid. Does it keep on going, I wonder? If it goes towards the blue, then they must know that him not being there, something odd is here. But maybe they thought he was on Wolves, because I don't think it spotted it.
Wait a second, yeah. Did they just make the assumption and then step forward, waiting to see where it would land?
I think they realized too late. By the time the E was flying over blue, Trimby was already starting to run away and Treats was flashing in.
Wow.
So yeah, game of interest there.
I mean, literally, you're talking about if Hawkshot had, another 1,000 speed on it in terms of travel time, he would have been out of there. He would have known, he would have left. Or an angle slightly to the left.
Certus is trying to run down.
Malrang ready to tank this out. Remember, the E doesn't block towers anymore. Knocked back for now, but stopping the play before it even matters. Malrang now going out to safety, walking away. Comp taking the aggro flawlessly. Jezu now leaving forward. Jezu! Absolute mad.
There goes Certus.
Down. Finds a kill. Fantastic punish. Certus still sticking around. Ignite. Nope. Chains just ticking.
What the hell happened in that dive for Rogue? They were 4v2. They didn't even get a kill onto Treats. No Ignite either. The heal's not even there. It's just a cleanse and an Ignite for SK. They almost got a kill in a 2v4. So we'll have to look at the replay there, because it looked like Malrang was going for Treats. Jezu was just trying to keep himself safe, but now JNX might be in trouble because Trimby's on the way up, but Gilius has been counter-jungling this whole time. Has the Dragon Form to escape. He should be fine. Gilius wants to get this red. I don't think he has the time to. Doesn't have the information either, and with the Hawk shot flying around, he has to back away. So big win for SK there.
Massive credit to SK, because this could have been a game where like, Gilius, why are you on Grom? Why isn't there a cross-map play taking place other than JNX proxying that wave here? But let's look at this, what actually happened
All
here.
they have to do is stun Treats and then just Talia combo. But the combo comes out too late. The W doesn't push him into the E damage. The pushback from Treats makes it so Malrang sidesteps away, and then he flashes the combo from the Blanc there, but they managed to trade 1 for 0 in such a disadvantageous position. And that'll help the SK bot lane out so much. They don't lose the win. There's another arrow. Gonna cancel Certus' base.
If he hits this, that's big. That's very big.
Oh, Larson.
The block, but they can't. Going in for the kill. Gilius now going in. He wants to take down Larson. He's got red.
He's dead.
Oh no!
Here comes the Pantheon, though.
Can they stop it? They knock it back. The tower doesn't quite hit him. Larson ticking. Larson burning the knockup. Gilius walks away.
Oh my god, Certus used the clone to block a little bit of the Talia damage, so that kept him alive, I believe. And then Gilius quick to respond. There's the global from Malrang. Really good arrow from Trimby. I think the ward might have caught Certus just on the end of it, or the vision of the minion. Arrow comes in, but as it hits, he can control his clone. Nice little visual effects there.
Wait, you can control the clone while your son haven't played the Blanc
I believe you can. You can move it around. Because I think, look at the amount of his sidestepping it does here. So it must be him controlling it. There's the first block on the initial queue. If that one had hit, he would have died. Gilius comes in to save the day. Certus runs out to avoid the E, and then Malrang ults in, but
knocked back into the tower.
Knocks him into the tower. SK have an answer for everything Rogue are throwing at them.
What?
And there's another Herald.
Are they feeding these EU teams? We have so many upsets today.
Look at the CS, 200 CS on that Shyvana, 18 minutes.
Oh, Malrang has to be so annoyed right now.
I would be pissed.
I don't even, I mean, there's no unstoppable left because he doesn't have the ult.
Disrespect as well, he's just running past Auto Amni. Arrow!
Chain CC, Pantheon coming, JNX. Was it worth it? Was it worth it, JNX?
Yes, it was!
Find the kill, the shutdown, that is huge! As the dragon will fall. He got greedy, he got thirsty, he wanted more money, and I respect it, but when you got a shutdown on your head, you can't be doing it.
It's like when you got the music too loud in your ears and you make a play happen, you just keep going and they eventually int it.
Oh my god, are we getting that for every Pantheon kill? I mean, chills. Oh, chills. I love you, audience. You guys are fantastic.
Would have been ideal if the Pantheon got the kill, because that was a shutdown. Would have made it so his mid game's a bit stronger, but
true.
It's gonna go over to the Ornn.
True. Yeah, he kind of just showed up there. This is who are those guys that help that come down the sheep's path and just kind of run in there?
It's all me.
That's kind of that. Sadly, that performance. We'll see if we get the full-on Spartan performance from Malrang.
Spartan. Hot drops in with his ult and cleans house with his PK. We'll see if he can do it here, Malrang. The Dragon's up in 20 seconds. Larson has the ult as well, but he has Cleanse and TP right now. Doesn't have Flash, which is not ideal against the Flash coming up for Gilius. No real side lane objectives to play here for Rogue, so they're just gonna go head first into this Dragon Pit, it looks like. TP coming in, Larson swaps out the Cleanse, Flash coming up. No side lane push other than JNX, who's gonna collapse. And here comes the 5v5.
For now, Jesse doing what he can to clear the wave in the mid lane. This is one of Vayne's big historic weaknesses, is her wave clear.
Another one!
Pretty trash. Arrow onto Gilius, the chain CC. But now, the hostile takeover. Gilius still standing for now. He will go down, but can they keep the fight going? Larson out to the side. Deleted! A dragon out of nowhere! Finding the kill. Jesse now going for more comp. You cannot outrun this Vayne!
Can he get the Q auto?
Yes, he can outrun the Vayne.
It's like an Elden Ring. Dragons just come out of nowhere. Boom.
That's what the Ghost is for. It's genius. Normally you can't outrun him.
Now he can with the ult and the Ghost, but it's a 1-for-1. And SK will get the Dragon. Rogue initial pick looked great. 5v4 kicks off, but I think JNX just almost solo killed Larson on the side. We'll have to see it again because it's him who finished him off. And Rogue get nothing. They get a kill, but they don't get a tower. They don't get the Drake. 2 Dragons over to SK. They might look for Certus here. He has to be careful dashing forwards. Has the ult, used it.
Certus? Bit of a whiffy there.
The flash.
How much is he gonna go? The knockback, sending the clone out, dashing. This guys, what are you doing?
They're gonna chase him down. I think they can get him, but the Hex portal later. It's all falling apart. Everything looks good initially for Rogue, but
yeah, some of these plays SK are outplaying. Some of them Rogue is just unlucky. In this case,
it feels like they're being pranked, really, doesn't it, here, Rogue? Because yeah, the arrow hits. Let's look at this because it's an instant 4v5. They only used an Ornn ult for this, but look at Larson, massive combo from Certus with the damage, and then JNX comes in. Dragon finishes him off with the E, and then it's a 4v4, and Comp and Trimby are 2 splits from their front line. Jesu flashes forwards to chase. Rogue have to run, and yeah, 1-for-1.
Sadly, Comp got more autos off onto Larson than he did on anyone else in that fight. I think he was maybe tied with how many autos he got off onto the Vayne. That's a rough fight.
Sucks.
Sucks. Good news is, thank you, Santander. Oduwamne, sitting up there. Down in CS, but he's getting all these kills.
Giga Chad Ornn, most gold in the game.
He's the assassin.
2-0-0.
He's the druid. He's the death knight.
Oh, that's just an arrow to say, you know, screw you, get out my jungle. Trimmy has a massive CDR, so that shouldn't be too long till it's back up. There's no real objective here for SK. They're just trying to threaten Baron, and I don't think they can start it without GenX, but Odo might be caught.
Caught out again, the most fed member of the team, just dashing away here, not looking to get locked down by Malrang.
SK really need to get this mid-tier one. That would be ideal for them, because then they can start pushing Comp back, pushing Rogue back to their tier 2s, and then they can start contesting this topside vision. It's very hard to collapse into their jungle when the tier 1 is never wanted.
For right now. Will they go for it? They let it slip.
Okay,
there it is.
Here they go.
Engaging onto the Poppy.
GenX
onto the backside! That is one very big Dragon Sword just trying to leap company. He's able to do it. He's now leap back. That's the shutdown. Massive. The DOT coming through. GenX just untouchable. This Dragon is huge.
It's so broken.
We talked about it. Look at him just murder the backline. Here comes Chezu. He's not even needed. It's GenX versus the world. They are slaughtering Rogue right before our eyes. One of the top 3 teams in our league laid low by SK. And they might... They're just going to break up the base.
Yeah, they're going to end, I think, 45 seconds on Odo, 30 seconds on Comp. Trimby can't wave clear. He'll just instantly die. SK is just going to take the game. The Demonic Embrace finished off Comp, I believe. And the flank from the solo laners was perfect. SK, solid win against Rogue.
Oh, there's nothing they can do. Knocked down, knocked out. SK finding a massive upset in a day of upsets, holding on to hope in the playoffs as they find victory over Rogue.
Massive performance from SK. Great macro, incredible map movements as well, I have to say, with the lane swaps. And Vedius looked at me backstage and he says, surely Rogue don't lose to SK, right?
Not only did they play the 1-3-1 in mid game pretty clean, and they had a decent lead to do it, they didn't die to a composition that's like,